Hey guys, this is Joseph down at AveryDevelopers, and I am just going to start networking now. This is our second tutorial. So I'm going to start by describing what a network really is, because when I was learning this, there was nothing out there, so I wanted to try and teach you guys. So let's just say this is our server, and yeah, the software I'm using is Paint, which comes with Windows. And so this is a server, it's running. Each server has an IP address, which we're just going to put 127.0.0.1. That's the localhost IP address. And a port, which I'm just going to put, I don't know, 25167. So, the port is like which port it's opened up, and the IP address is unique for each individual network. So we can have the same network, like just random IP address with two different ports open with two different servers. So when you're connecting into a server, when you're connecting into a server, it's called a client. This is going to be our client. And when the client is connecting into the server, the client needs to know the IP address and the port that they want to connect to. So, client. And then they're going to be connecting into the server. So, I'm just going to put like a little arrow. Client going into server. So when the client is trying to connect into the server, the client needs to know the IP address of the server. So if it doesn't get the IP address right, then boom, it doesn't go to that server, but it might go to some random, it might point itself to some other server and not the one that we want. So you need to make sure you get the port right and the IP address right. Now in the war game, I have it set up on the client release. You click on the server that you want, then it automatically connects to the IP address and the port. But you need to understand ports and IP addresses. So anyways, that's the basic port and IP address stuff. Clients will connect into servers, and then they'll like download data from the server, and the server will throw stuff back down to the client. So when the client goes into the server, so essentially this is the first step. This is step 1, and then this is like gameplay. Or just gonna put a 2. So first, the client has to connect into the server. When that happens, functions will occur on the server that will register the client here. Registered, and then it'll send data down into the client, where the client will then start to play the game, and it'll keep throwing its position back up to the server, and then the server will keep transmitting the position of other players down onto the client. That's how I have my network set up. Then, when you get another client on, this is essentially player 2. So player 2 connects in, and the same connection stuff happens. And then, what happens is this client does not transmit directly with this client. So there is no client transmission here. There is none of that. There's no direct client-to-client relationship. It all happens through the server. And so yeah, that is basically the basics of networking. And to do this, you use the network command. It's like this. And the network command is something in Unity used in scripting, and it has like network.connect, network.start server, and when you're using the network, and like I'll explain this later when we actually get into coding networks, that network.connect needs like an IP address and a port, and network.start server just needs the port, because you're studying on your own network. And then, of course, it also needs, like, the number of players and other information like that. Well, this is basically the first tutorial on networking. I know these tutorials are coming out really fast. I'm just excited. This is our first series at AveryDevelopers. So, yeah, if you think you understand network connections, then get ready for the next one where we will begin to get into some coding. So, thanks for watching. This is Joseph signing out.